Once upon a time there was a sleepy English village where trees outnumbered people and fields streets. The March breeze was dripping off the birch onto the bristled back of a neighbour's cat as she meandered through the leaves, leaving no traces but tremors and the print of poor leaves. I'm telling you the story of a Sunday afternoon. The commuters were in, so I was too, only I was about to leave the house. Are you going out? Just for a walk. We need milk and bread. The wage I took for this perennial request had grown like I had. One licorice fountain and a chupa-chup shed their wrapper skins and grew up to be the Independent, March 13th for £1. With the milk safely harboured in the fridge, I sat down and read about an earthquake, a wave, and a country fighting back. The words fell like hailstones on a tin roof, a clamorous attack, rattling the lights but irrevocably outside. I knew the anatomy of the disaster, but not the way its skin pricks. Epicenter, aftershock, plate tectonics. I kissed their names but knew no faces, nor the qualia of places that, for all I knew, might not exist. The reporter, however, knew all about this, so he sent home flotsam souvenirs from swimming pool streets. He franked them back to England, wrapped in news sheets. He told me he saw on the side of the road not a town centre crisp packet and a stubbed out fag, but half a piano, a textbook, and a red sleeping bag. I heard piano strings curl with a clockwork shriek while my over-narrative mind began to speak the wreckage that the journalist saw into a story of this girl. She plays my dad's piano, but she doesn't always practice. She works hard. She loves a poet. Sometimes she goes to sleepovers in her red sleeping bag and they pretend to study when really they're just carving eulogies to young men in chinos in their margins. Right by the portrait of Plato, she draws a WA for VE forever, heartogram of platonic love. I should know because I have the same textbook as the girl I made up, and I carry it in the same school bag. If you look very closely, we are not the same girl, but spot the difference models. My hair has more curl, my shoes have laces, we have different hairbands, but I could borrow her whole wardrobe, and we have the same hands, right down to the prints. We speak different languages, but we understand each other, just like the girl who used to own my duffel coat. It came from Camden, second hand. She's the one who wrote this shopping list on the back of an economics exam and was given these receipts for Fiskefløde in Netto, Copenhagen, and left them in my pocket. Of all the people I do not know, I have made her the most like me. I wonder if the earthquake shook hard enough and we all took our matching hands and pushed our fingers into the matching bands of darkness spilling out from cracks ripped in the floor, but our fingers touch. That's a picture I could draw, because I have felt cracks, I have held hands, I have tried and failed to play the piano, but I have never seen the towers of Fukushima steaming on the horizon, crawling with ants in hazard suits that will not save them or their sons. I have never stood on a rooftop for 24 hours, ordering survival from a 6-foot menu of food or help. The arrival of the helicopter like the breath of a baby wailing into life. I have never taken my red sleepover sleeping bag and slept, wide awake, on the floor of a hilltop sports hall amongst body bags, sandbags, and all of my village concentrated, juiced to one place. My fiction twin, she can tell you all about it. I kiss her name, but not her face. I zip her up into my sleeping bag and pray that her father comes home, unzips his suit and sits to play the song he knows will sing her to sleep. She will not recognize him, as I do not. His face will have become as rubbery as his visor, lacquered in the expressions of the dead. But she will know this lullaby and pretend that he is playing my dad's piano in the rubble of the room that was designed by those same architects we have to thank for tonight's dramatic effects of this evening's performance, Mr. and Mr. PechaKucha. I wonder if they were concerned with floodproofing. I lose myself in these details because I cannot join the dots of the big picture. cataclysm so powerful it moved the earth 10 inches off its axis, and I slept through it. 4 trains, small towns, sleepy villages, an unknown number of bodies, and I rustle the pages of a paper, repeating the same words over and over. I move them around like Scrabble tiles, cool in hand, the letters F, O, O, D, H, E, L, P, dislocate into more or less appropriate poetry that knocks me, like a country, sideways. I think I will turn these plays on words into plays on stage, avant-garde, so that the style, like the story, will be fashionably hard to understand. I would let the soothsayer Scrabble tiles lie where they fall. I would deny my heart with its passion for narrative art. It would read P-E-L-F-D-O-O across the shirt of a man playing half a piano, only left hand disharmony, melody missing to show sweetnesses unsung. And this is where the artist drew his own cameo, an unmistakable likeness for one who used to know him so well. The detail is there if you know where to look. And this is where the writer writes herself into the book. I am Red Riding Hood with a basket of crumbs, bringing half-baked philosophy with ink-stained thumbs. I offer you the moral that was then shown to me. I still can't tell what I then could not see.